What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Colas here, aka Mr. TJ, and you're tuning into another episode of TJ Foodies. And so, the reviewer, Mrs. TJ, is recording me right now, and the reason why is because she's showing me as I'm talking about what we're going to be showing you today, which is another episode of Dinner with the TJs. So, as you all know, it's the holiday time. Some of y'all call it Thanksgiving. Some of you all just say it's Friendsgiving. Everybody has a different name for, what they call the holiday. Some people don't even celebrate it, so that's kind of, the preface here. But wanted to show you all everything that we cooked today because we did our own little thing, made our own little dinner that we're going to go and we're going to try and we're going to, talk about and, do our Q&A like we did last time. So I want to show you all the food that we cooked, starting with the salmon. So if you take a look here, I made some salmon. I put some ginger on it. It was some garlic powder, some salt, smoked paprika. I did a little bit of thyme. I did a little bit. What else did I put on there, babe? I think I put onion powder on there.
I think so.
And ginger. Mm-hmm. And then we did some chicken strips here. We went ahead, we brined those overnight with the pickle brine, and then we went ahead and we fried that using like a dark rye type of fry. And we seasoned that up, so that's looking real nice too. Mm-hmm. We also did here some macaroni and cheese. We went ahead and we cooked it, put a whole bunch of different types of cheeses in it, and then we baked it. So we got the nice little burnt crispy pieces on top. Mm-hmm. As you can see there, that's how I like it. That's how the reviewer likes it. So that's what we did with that. We also did some collard greens as well here too. Yes. We took some smoked turkey tails and we cooked it in with some chicken broth and made the collard greens, and we seasoned that up pretty nicely as well too, and we topped it off with some Cheddar Biscuits that we made as well. Go ahead and show them those real quick. Biscuits. Look at those golden love nuggets over there. So
yes.
Anyway, I just wanted to show you all the spread and everything that we cooked, and we're gonna get back to you all in a couple minutes, and we're gonna just talk for a little bit. So see you in a little bit.
Cool.
All right, we're back, y'all.
We are here with our spread of food. Mm-hmm. So we're going to just eat a little bit and kind of just talk and go from there. So, yeah.
All right.
Let's
get into this.
So, let's see.
I'm about to get some of these greens, though.
That's what I was about to try, too.
Babe, you put your foot in these greens, though.
Thank you.
Got a lot of pepper. You can taste the garlic and the onion, smoked paprika,
Thanks, honey.
It hits different.
Thank you. Thank you. So, let's see. What could we talk about today? So...
yeah, what you got for me?
I kind of want to talk about, us first meeting and, us cooking together. Because I feel like we kind of, do a thing where we kind of, we cook together a lot. I think that's something that's a really good, bonding thing for relationships. Mm-hmm. So, I think it's something that I really enjoy a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot of it. Mm-hmm. I feel like, especially with cooking, for those that do cook, it takes a lot of time to cook.
It does.
So I think, the fact that we both can cook and we enjoy cooking, it kind of makes it, actually a fun activity. I remember it was a time that we had made the Jamaican food.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had, Jamaican music going in the background and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it was, really cool. And it was fun. And I think sometimes, especially in relationships, that's, really cool to keep, to do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Keeps a little spice going and stuff like that. So, yeah, I enjoy doing that.
Most definitely.
I enjoy cooking with you. So.
I enjoy cooking with you.
Yeah.
I feel like we make so many, just different meals together, too. Mm-hmm. It's not your typical thing where we're just, frying chicken or making hamburgers, that type of thing. You make Thai food, you know what I mean?
We made carbonara.
We did. We've, attempted Indian food. You know, Indian food's kind of difficult. You gotta kind of do like a
yeah.
You gotta do a lot. We did African food.
I think that's really cool too, like to just explore
and experiment. Yep.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes you get tired of the same thing over and over again. You know. So it's good to like try different things, and then especially with us being foodies, like we don't want to keep eating the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it's like one of those things where, I mean, think about the area we live in. There's not like a whole lot of choices per se of like just different food items. But you know, my thing is like if we can't like get it where we're at, why don't we just make it ourselves?
Right.
And I try to.
And it'll be cheaper.
It would be, and there'd be more of it.
A lot of leftovers and stuff like that. So yeah, I just really think like, oh, you okay? I just think like cooking is something that's really brought us like together, and like eating and traveling. You know.
Definitely.
I just think like for our relationship, I just think it's something that I really like look forward to. I wish like we could do it more. Truthfully, because I feel like a lot of times we don't really have a chance to do it except for like on the weekends. Because during the week it's like busy. So,
I agree, and you get home really late too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I do. So I just wish that I had more time to devote towards it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you can't really have fun with it like when you don't have the time, of course, right?
Oh, that's a bone.
Was that from the was that from the greens? Yeah. This macaroni is really good too, by the way.
It is. Very cheesy.
You're gonna be able to have the time though to be able to like devote to cooking, you know?
Yeah.
But this was like a pretty long process, but we had the time because you know there's the holiday. You know. So.
Oh, this came out good too.
Like, you talking about the chicken?
I always get nervous with cooking chicken.
I don't know why, y'all. You do a great job.
So, y'all, I fried the chicken this time, and I always get nervous because I feel like I be watching it like, oh, is it cooked all the way and all that stuff, and it makes me nervous. But I think I did a pretty good job. You know.
I think you did a great job.
Thank you, honey. So this is my first time actually doing it like by myself because she had went to the store.
I tried a chicken piece before, so you know you all are watching me and I saw I hadn't picked up the chicken. I had tried it before. That's how I know she did a good job. Just so you know. So y'all don't try to pick me apart like how you know.
But yeah, I just get nervous with it sometimes. But I don't know. I feel like when I put it in the oven though, I'm like when I do my thighs, like I'm fine with that. I feel like it's not like the seasoning, like I don't have an issue with that or anything like that, or marinated it. It's more so like when I'm frying, sometimes it just makes me kind of like
nervous.
Like, is it good? Like, is it cooked all the way? So I think I second guess myself.
Sure.
A lot with that.
I understand.
But.
And then if you're a perfectionist and you want your cooking to be like the best it can be, you're always going to be critical or the most critical of it.
Yeah. And I am. Because I'm like, I want it to taste a certain way. Have enough seasoning.
Yeah.
Have that crunch like it has right now. Like, I'm very particular about how I like my food. So I'm like, if I'm cooking it, I'm extra critical. Like, you know. So.
No, I get that. I do.
That's why I'll be having you try it, like, babe. Because I know you're going to tell me the truth.
Oh, yeah. Or if it needs something.
Ooh. Ooh. Hot.
What are you doing?
It was hot. The chicken.
Okay. Oh, by the way, how's the salmon?
It's good. Very good. Very flavorful.
Yeah. I can taste that that thyme quite a bit. On the salmon.
Yeah.
Thyme is kind of potent.
It is. It's very. It's strong. But I like it though.
Yeah.
I like thyme. But. Well, yeah. You got anything else for me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we kind of having a conversation more in the Q&A. Now I'm thinking about it.
I guess so. Yeah.
So, out of all the meals that we cook, what would you say was your favorite to cook with me? Not necessarily eat, like it tastes the best, but what was like a time where you were like, hey, we cooked this meal together and this was like a real dope bonding time?
I mean, I really like the Jamaican food one that I was talking about earlier.
Because of the music and...
Yeah, it was like, we was like setting the mood. Like, it was just like really cool. I really did enjoy that. I like when we make the carbonara too. That was really cool. And then like, with the carbonara, like you have to do the eggs a certain way. So like Colas was showing me like how to do that, and I was just like, what the heck?
Yeah, you gotta separate the yolks.
Yeah. Never done that before. But it was really cool, and it tastes really good too. So
it was. We don't be on that pork chips. That's why we haven't been doing it.
Yeah.
Because you gotta eat pork like when you do it. So it's been like a good like 3 years or whatever, I think.
Has it been that long?
It's been about 3 years.
Jeez.
We don't really eat pork like that.
We don't. Not anymore. We used to. And it's not like, you know, for like some like pizzas or sandwiches.
You know what's funny is I don't even do that.
I may do that. But other than that, we used to eat like pork chops and stuff like that. I remember when we had our last pork chop. You remember that?
It was some years ago.
And then remember,
it was some years ago.
It was so crazy though, because when we had it, it was like, okay, this is gonna be, thinking like, this is about to be awful. Like, okay, this is gonna be our last pork chop. And after that, I was literally good. I didn't really want another pork chop after that. Like, I was like, I think I'm okay. Yeah,
it just, I don't know, it just had a certain taste to it. I just wasn't really feeling it. I was like, you know what, I can do without pork. Probably for good. Probably for good.
Because I was nervous. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Like, but...
People always talk about how good, like, pork belly is in Japanese culture.
I don't think I've had that.
I haven't either. But people always talk about how good it is. I personally never had it. But I don't know if I see myself trying at it. Because, like, I don't really eat pork like that. But a lot of people tell me it's really good.
Never tried that.
Yeah. They eat it in like ramen.
That makes sense.
Like a miso type of ramen. Ramen.
Oh, need that water.
Yeah.
Wash everything down. Speaking of ramen, I remember the first time I had ramen. I think you put me on ramen.
Yeah.
I think that was when we were in Grand Rapids, right? Was that the first time we had it?
That was Spa.
That
was Spa.
Oh man, that was Spa. When was the first time I had ramen?
That might have also been in Grand Rapids, maybe. Now I think about it, but I don't know.
Maybe I was thinking. That's probably what I was thinking.
You know what? I got that wrong. It was Grand Rapids for the ramen, I believe, and I think we were in Chicago when we had pho. That could be it, or it's either that way or it's the other way around.
I think you were right about the pho. I think the pho was over there. It was off 28th Street. Remember, the place that used to be the bowling alley.
It might have been the other way around there.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it might have been the other way.
I remember when I first had it. It was really good. But you can't eat that the next day. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, it don't taste the same. It's
no,
all
and I think
stuff.
it's because it's like sitting in like
that broth.
The
noodles are breaking apart after a while.
Yeah, it just tastes
great.
I was like, man, I'm never doing that again.
Nope.
If I'm gonna eat it, I gotta eat it right then and there.
Yep.
Like for real. So, but
trying to think.
I'm getting full.
Are you? What's one area that you want to travel to and try the food of that we haven't yet? And why that place?
I would say I got two places.
Okay.
California and New York. Every time I see like food videos, it's always like either California or New York. And I'm like, man, Like I think it was one place that was in Detroit. It was I think it was a black lady, and she had like a food truck, and she had like these grits, and they looked amazing.
This is in the D?
Nah.
No, you said Detroit.
I'm sorry, I meant New York.
Oh, okay.
It was a food truck she had in New York, and I seen like a video for it, and it looked amazing. I would love to try that food. Like,
I think I saw what you were talking about.
That, and then I feel like every time I see some food too, it's always like in California too. And we have not been there yet.
Thing about those two places is like you can get anything in both those places. Like any variety, any type of food. That's one thing I noticed. You can literally get anything. Now New York has like their own pizza though. So I don't know. Have you ever had New York style pizza before?
I don't think so.
It's like thin crust.
Oh yeah, I haven't had that.
I mean, I personally like it. I do like the thicker crust pizza, but I do like New York style as well. So I don't know. I'm a pizza fan, so
of course that makes sense.
I like pretty much
favorite
anything.
food. So I would try it though.
Yeah, it's good. To me, it's good.
That reminds me when you say like well, I guess it's not a thin crust. Remember when we went to Italy?
Yeah.
And then we had that pizza.
Those pizzas were like squares.
Yeah,
like
but
squares.
it was very flavorful. Like I've never had a pizza like that. It was very good.
It was really different. But their toppings were different.
Oh my God. Remember, they had like some different toppings. I think it was like tuna on one. I was like, oh, I ain't trying that. I'm good with that one.
I remember that.
But they had like the prosciutto and mushrooms. That was good. That was real good.
I remember that being pretty good too. There was another one I had. I'm trying to remember what I had on it though.
I think it wasn't it like a tomato one?
Yeah, tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
That was pretty good.
I'm full now. I need a box.
You need a doggy bag?
Yes. Yes, I do.
What was I gonna say? Before we started dating, since we're talking a little bit relationship wise, what would you say was your need at that time to have a partner who cooked or was able to cook on a scale of 1 to 10?
You know,
like what was that mindset like then?
I feel like, truthfully, I wasn't really like looking for a man that knew how to cook because I was focusing on me trying to like learn how to cook because I wanted to be that wife that could cook for her husband. Like that was something I definitely wanted to do. You know, of course I was blessed enough to have a husband that can cook, but that wasn't something I was looking for. It wouldn't be like a deal breaker type thing like, oh, he can't cook.
So what number would you give it then? Based on that?
Based off that, I mean, I would, from like 10 being like the highest like they gotta have, I would say like maybe a 1. Like I really, like it was not something that was even on my radar. I was looking for other things as far as, you know, being consistent, being respectful, being honest, being patient. Those were the things that I was looking for and wanting. But I felt like it was hard to find that. Like,
sure.
So that was my focus. That. But the other stuff, I'm like, especially with cooking, like anybody could learn how to cook if they just put the time into it and look up different recipes, and they have a lot of different recipes, like even online.
Very true.
So I mean, like there's even stuff that I've looked, you know, we look up and we find different things. We may tweak it or whatever, but I'm like, all you have to do is have like that drive and determination saying that I'm gonna do that. So that wasn't really on my radar at all.
That makes a lot of sense.
So, yeah. How about you? I know, especially for you being a man.
Yeah.
Like, I
that's
know
a great question.
Yeah, that's something that I feel like a lot of men will kind of be like, okay, she gotta like at least know how to like cook, clean, stuff like that. So, was that something that you were like, okay, my woman, she gotta know how to cook?
So, here's my thing. I know how to cook myself, the priority of needing to have a woman who could cook was low for me because I know how to do it myself.
That makes sense.
So that need or desire for that was pretty much not well. That desire was not desire. That need was not there. Now, want it was a different story.
Yeah.
I definitely would want it.
Yeah.
Want to be taught different things. Want to be able to see or be able to have like a partner in that. So for me, it kind of like dips into that whole maternal thing. Wanting, my wife to have like the maternal skills that, I would want in somebody who I'm dating, and so for me, it was just a one.
Oh.
So if I had to rate that out of 10, I would say my need to have a partner who cooked at the time probably was maybe 6.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I would say it was probably 6. Mostly because I think the thing that made it not a 10 or a 9 is that it wasn't like I couldn't do it myself, so I needed that person to be able to help me to do that or to do it for me, one or the other.
Right.
So I didn't have that. But at the same time, I wanted that in my partner. So
Gotcha.
I would say 6.
That makes sense.
Is it, like, at that time, was it a deal breaker? Not necessarily. Now, if they say, I don't want to learn and I'm not going to do it, that would be a deal breaker. But, like, saying, like, I don't know how to, but I really want to get into it and learn, that probably wouldn't be a deal breaker for me. But I'd probably be like, oh, okay, that's something to know. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well then. Well, I see that you're done and I'm pretty much done. I'm going to get a box.
Yeah, and I'm going to not get more food because I want to get some dessert. I've got some apple pie and some ice cream, y'all. I'm trying to eat some of that later, so I'm trying to save a little room in my stomach, you feel me?
I don't blame you.
So.
But yeah.
Man.
Well, cool. Well, I definitely enjoyed our conversation.
Me too.
And our dinner. And thank you all for tuning in with Dinner with the TJ. So, but yeah. Alrighty then. Well, make sure that you all like, comment, and subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button,
hit the
y'all.
notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos.
Yup.
But alright, y'all. Until we meet again. Bye.
Peace.